Folks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have extended a qualifying offer to starting left guard Nick Leverett. This is per Scott Smith of Buccaneers.com. The team also announced it on their website Friday afternoon. Now, what does this mean? Well, Josh Capo of PewterReport.com broke this down in a very good way, where he said with less than 3 years of service time, Leverett was an exclusive rights free agent, meaning that even though he was not under contract with the Bucs for 2023, he was unable to negotiate with any other team. The Bucs merely had to make a qualifying offer of the league minimum salary for his service time of $940,000, which they have done. So I'm just going to essentially phrase this as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have re-signed guard Nick Leverett. I think that that's going to be a pretty safe thing to say. If Josh Capo is saying that the Buccaneers, or I guess I should say Nick Leverett, cannot negotiate with other teams, seems like really his only choice is to re-sign with the Buccaneers. But it is understandable to see why he would want to. As it stands right now, the Buccaneers offensive line is going to be a little bit in flux. You have the release of Donovan Smith. Tristan Wirfs may be possibly moving over to left tackle. That remains to be seen. You have Ryan Jensen coming back at center. You still have Shaq Mason there at right guard, but there's going to be a legitimate competition for that starting left guard position yet again. I feel like the Buccaneers could draft somebody in the NFL draft, but they've already invested so much stuff. Luke Gedeke, by the way, he's probably going to be moving over to right tackle if Tristan Wirfs moves over to left tackle. So really your main competition, if you're Nick Leverett, is a guy in Robert Hainsey, a veteran in Aaron Stinnie, who's going to be coming back off of a torn ACL, and maybe a guy like Brandon Walton, who has been a really versatile guy, maybe a guy like John Molchon, who's been a really versatile guy. So there's a lot of good competition there, but Nick Leverett certainly has a lot going for him in terms of any types of battles. He has been a starting offensive lineman for the Buccaneers at a pretty consistent rate. He started 10 games for the Buccaneers last year after he was put in place of Luke Gedeke, who was benched. And overall, I think that he stepped up in a pretty big way. Again, Josh Capo talked about this in his article, but just from my own thoughts and opinions, I thought that Leverett was a pretty decent improvement over a guy like Luke Gedeke. Now, to be fair, Luke Gedeke was going up against so many difficult interior defensive linemen, but Gedeke came in and he was serviceable. And I think that that was a big thing. You heard Jason Light talk about it at the Combine, where they have some serviceable guys there. Leverett was one of those guys that was named, and I think he's going to be right in the mix. Now, you've also got to consider that Aaron Stinnie has been a starting guy before for the Buccaneers and has played well. Robert Hainsey has been a starting guy, not at guard, but at center. He was competing for that starting guard position last season before Ryan Jensen got hurt, but he has been a starting offensive lineman who has shown some good things for the Buccaneers in the past as well. So it's going to be a lot of stiff competition, but I think that a guy like Nick Leverett's going to be able to come in and battle it out. And at the very worst, if he is just very good quality depth, that's a pretty good deal for the Buccaneers to have there. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to call this video. Possibly re-signing, possibly extending an offer. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about the Buccaneers. Pretty much bringing back Nick Leverett. Again, it seems like really one of his only main options is to re-sign with the Buccaneers unless they rescind this offer, which they could completely do out of possibly good faith. But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear them about Nick Leverett and the left guard position. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, folks, I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.